All Quiet on the Western Front is a German film that's getting plenty of attention across the globe right now, being the most nominated BAFTA film of the year with 14 nods and picking up 9 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture. It's based on the famous German novel that tells the story of a young man who signs up to join the army with his school friends towards the end of the First World War. The book and this film depict the German experience of life in the trenches. It's a truly brutal account of the horror and futility of war in the dying days of the conflict. In his first ever screen role is lead actor Felix Kammerer. How do you go about bringing this character to life?
I knew there was a lot of physicality in shooting this movie, so I started training for about half a year with a weight vest.
Really, like weighted down?
Yes, and I was running for about 15 kilometers a day with that vest. And then the character development started. There's an archive of about 2,500 letters written by soldiers to their families. And that really helped to get emotionally attached and to feel how it must have been for people going through war.
Meine Mutter wollte, dass ich Französisch lerne. Und Klavier. Dass ich in den Krieg ziehe, wollte sie nicht.
And tell me about the filming in the trenches. That must have been really quite a hard thing to have to work in.
I think we all underestimated it. We had these uniforms, they sucked up the water and the mud. So you're running around for 16 hours a day with 90 pounds of equipment and uniform. But you keep going because you have a story to tell that's really important. And in the end, we all went home over 100 years ago. They just couldn't go home.
This book has made it to the big screen before. Did you look back at the 1930 version as part of your preparation?
Yes, I did. It's cinematographically and just from a film perspective, it's a masterpiece.
Following on from the novel's success, the first screen adaptation won several Oscars. It depicts vividly the horror of war in the trenches. So what made it strike such a chord at the time?
The First World War had created a tremendous feeling of loss and sort of devastation for people. And there was a feeling that actually this was so awful, it should never happen again. But in Germany, when it was released, the film was banned in the country. It was regarded as being an anti-war film. And when the Nazis came to power, they were very keen on rearming the country. And of course, it wasn't the right message for them.
What is the relevance of this film today, do you think?
When we shot the movie 2.5 years ago, we had no idea about war coming up in Ukraine. So my hope is that this movie can bring us back to an emotional attachment, to show us each soldier is a person with interests, with a family, and this person is dead now.
Why do you think this movie's been so well received?
I think we're all just very proud about what we all did, what we achieved there. Of course, we were hoping for some awards, but to see it at this scale, it's just unbelievable.